these are 5 of the big reasons why habit stacking is so powerful. Number 1, it makes new habits so much easier to start actively doing. When you are tying a habit to a behavior that's already a normal everyday thing that you do, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to remember to do it as much. You often don't need to do as much prep work for it. And so it just becomes this kind of lovely, very next obvious step, right? And so because you don't have to do that sort of prep work, that extra thinking about it, that remembering to do it, that brings us to the second reason why it's so powerful, which is that it saves time and energy. With habit stacking, you are grouping similar tasks together. It's kind of like that concept of batching tasks. So the concept of batching tasks is where you are doing a bunch of the same task all at once. And the effect here is that your brain doesn't need to do as much mental gymnastics to then think of the next task, right? You're not constantly switching from one task to the next. You're doing a bunch of them all together. So your brain just gets to focus on that one task. And so with habit stacking, it has a very similar effect on the brain. It has a very similar effect to our perception of the tasks that we are doing. It brings that next natural habit into the equation so that they really feel quite seamless. It doesn't feel so jarring to then do that next habit. Reason number 3 why habit stacking is so powerful is that it reduces decision making. When you create a stack of habits, you never have to waffle between should I do this or should I do that thing? Because you automatically know what's next. It's simply the routine. It's simply what you do. You don't have to think about it, right? So then because of that, because you aren't waffling, because you aren't trapped in making those decisions, you can then save your decision making for the stuff that actually matters rather than getting bogged down in that unnecessary stuff, right? So the more that we can eliminate, the more that we can eliminate unnecessary small decisions throughout our day, the more that it clears up our brain space for a lot more important things and other things that we would rather use our brain power for. The 4th reason why habit stacking is so powerful is that it creates automated rituals that can be very helpful for calming your brain. So I am someone who has chronic anxiety, and I find that it can be very soothing to have regular processes where I'm thinking to myself, okay, after I do this, then I do this, then I do that. It's all nice and straightforward. And so then the calmer that your brain is, or at least, the less frantic and worried it is about, like, what if I forget about this thing that I'm supposed to do, the more that you're going to have that capacity for creativity, for problem solving, for critical thinking, and so many other vital interpersonal skills. It truly clears up the brain for you to be more creative, for you to be able to effectively solve problems, for you to be able to think critically, to do all of these very important things. And again, those interpersonal skills as well, like really those very key things within yourself, those skills that are necessary for you, that are absolutely essential, you are able to do them as a result of this. Okay, our 5th reason for why habit stacking is so powerful is that it makes it much easier to stay on track with your goals, to continue making progress, and to stick to the habits that you set for yourself. So when you stack those habits, you can then choose the types of habits that will contribute towards your goals, right? And then when they are attached to those existing behaviors, it makes it so much easier to keep doing them. So very similar to adding new habits in, it's easier to get into the routine of doing a new habit when it's attached to the existing habits, but it also makes it easier to do those existing habits when you have them all stacked together, when they all are connected to one another. So those are just some of the reasons. 5 big reasons, but there really, of course, there's always going to be so many more reasons why habit stacking is so powerful. So it's a very incredible tool. And I will say as well, as someone who teaches anti-hustle productivity to solopreneurs, a lot of the types of things that I really specialize in teaching is about customizing things to your unique situation, right? We use personality-based productivity that is rooted in your unique personality, your unique brain, your lifestyle, your goals, your values, all of those things. And we use anti-hustle methods that, has the foundation of energy management for time management, and focusing on, lifestyle businesses where you have really good work-life balance and your life is kind of the main thing and your work has this really lovely supplement to it. So I do teach tactics such as habit stacking. I do teach these types of tactics and techniques, but typically I don't focus as much on these things, right? This is kind of a rare opportunity, I feel, to like learn about productivity tactics from me, because I'm often so focused on let's customize everything to your unique situation. Now, even with habit stacking, it should be customized to you, but this is one of those things that can be a very, very helpful tool. As with any tactic and any technique, you'll want to customize it to you. You will want to adapt it to your situation. Not every tactic or technique is going to be a good fit for you. I think that there's a lot of really cool things within habit stacking. It's not, again, it's not going to necessarily be for everyone, but I would recommend that you give it a try. And again, experiment with it based on your unique situation, your unique life, your unique business, all of those pieces.